Hello guys, welcome back to Surya Zone. So in today's video, we are going to see one of the important concepts in SQL, which is first value and last value. And this is our final video of our window function series. Okay, so in our previous videos, we have seen what is aggregate function, ranking function, and lag and lead functions. I will give the video link in the description box. Please make use of that. Okay, now let's start what is first value window functions and last value window functions. Actually, this first value and last value window functions are little tricky, but as the name suggests, the first value will give the first value based on the order that we are providing, but on the last value that should provide the last value that we are that we are providing in the order by class. But if you see the query, when I return this last value is simple or little tricky to understand. That is how it will work in SQL. Okay, but I'll explain you in a very clear manner so that everyone can understand it. Even if you are a beginner who are learning what is first value and last value, or if you are already having an experience in SQL, but you are still having some confusions in first value and last value, this video will be very much helpful for you people. Okay, now let's start. So I'm going to use the same employee table which we are using in our previous videos for the ranking window for the window function series. I am going to use the same table called employee table. Okay, let me run this. So we have a data like this. So here what I'll do is first let's see value window function. So what I'll do is first value window function. Okay, as the name suggests, it will provide the first value uh, based on the order class or the partition by class that we are specifying in the over class. That is our window function. Okay, so I want the employee who is getting the least salary. Okay, like that. So employee name over. So here partition by is optional, similar to lag and ranking window function. Order by is the required or necessary class that we have to provide. So here I am giving order by salary. So if we don't provide any ascending order or descending order, by default this will be an ascending order. Okay, so I am making it as a first value. Now let me run this. So if you see, my output got ordered in an ascending order of based on the salary, and then the first value is Kanna. So for all the row, the value has become Kanna, 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 like that. So this is clear. This is straightforward. I hope you people got understood here. Now let's do one more thing. So here I will add the partition by also. Partition by department. Okay, so that for each department we will get the first employee name who is getting the least salary. Okay, let me run this. Yeah, so if I run this, so the first department is backend, there is only one guy CV, we got CV here. And if you see the second department cyber, the least getting salary is 25,000, and that is J, and we got the J as in an FV. And next department is data. Here the least salary is for Surya, and that name has come in the first value function. Okay, I hope this first value is clear to you guys, right? But when it comes to last value function, let me run that as well. So last value. So here also let's partition by department and order by salary. Okay. So if I run this, actually what is our expectation is, if we run this, then for cyber department we should get Ajay name, and for data department we should get Santosh name. Like that is what our expectation, right? Based on the result that we have seen in first value. But let me run this last value function and you people will understood. Cool. So if you see the last value function, I have, okay, let me rename it as LV, last value. Okay, but if you see the last value function, it gives the same value that is present in the employee name. So while explaining what is window function, I explained you that this window function will do row by row operations. Okay, so here if you see this particular row, for the first time when it's as it partitioned by department, for the first time here CV is the employee who is getting the salary is 28,000, so we got it here as CV. And here also if you see cyber department, when it comes to cyber department, So when when it comes to the second row, uh, the last value is j, and when it comes to the third row, I mean this third row is the second row for this particular partition. So when it check for the second row of this entire partition, here the last value is Ajay. So the Ajay has come here. So let's take the example of data. Here it has some good amount of data. So here if you see data, so this is the first row for data, Surya data, which is here Surya is the last name, so we got Surya. And when it comes to the second row, it will consider these two rows. So here the last value is Lakshmi. So here we got it as Lakshmi. And when we come to third row, here the when we check for these three rows, the last value is Surinder. That's why here we got it as a Surinder. Okay, I hope this is clear to you guys. But this is not our expectation, right? We have to get the last value of a particular department. So Santosh needs to be present here. So what we need to do for this particular case is we need to use some concept known as frame class. So I have explained this concept in my first video, which is called as that is called as what is window function, and there I have explained to you about aggregate window functions also. So frame class contains two things. One is range between and rows between. So here we are going to use rows between. So if you want to know more about this in depth, then please watch my first video. Okay. So rows between, current row, and unbounded following. Okay, so now let me run this. So if you see this particular result now for this data department, we have got the name as Santosh because Santosh is our last value, right? And then similarly for this department, we should get Ajay. So we have got the result as Ajay here. And similarly, when it comes to product department, let's say here the last value is Mukil. So we have got the value as Mukil. Okay. So actually this last value function is little tricky to understand to you people. Okay, so why we are including rows between current row and unbounded following is, so previously if you see, let me remove this and run this again. So previously, if you see for each department, it has, let's say let's take the data department, and for each thing it is a row by row operation, right? So for each thing it has considered Santosh like the last value as the last value that is getting the result of our query. So here it is Santosh, here it is Surinder, like that. So now what we are doing is, instead of checking on the exact current row, what we are asking our query to do is, for each row check till last row. So instead of checking only a single row, check for all other rows that is under this data department. That's why when we keep that's why when we keep rows between class here, we have got Santosh, which is our last value. Let me run this now. Cool. I hope this is clear to you guys now. Okay. But even we don't want to use last value function, but this last value function has this tricky in SQL. That's why I thought of explaining you this concept also. So we will be able to find last value without using the last value function. So how we can do that is, it's just a simple task. Like let's copy the first value function, and then here we can, here it is ordered in an ascending order. Let me order it in a descending order. So now we will get the last value based on the salary. So let me run this. First let me run this particular value so you can see the first value. So here if you see the first value, it's J, right? So but we want to see Ajay as Ajay. This guy is the last guy for the cyber department, right? So but I need to get it Ajay. So instead of ordering it based on salary, we can add in the ascending order, we can add it in a descending order. So if I run this particular query, cool. So now if you see, we have got the same result that we got in our last value function. Now let me run both of the queries. Sorry. Yeah. So if you see, Sivi, Ajay, Santosh, Aditya, Anish, Mugil. So the same value got present here as well. Aditya, Anish, Mugil, Niveta, everything that is also present in our first table result as well. Cool. I hope this video is clear to you guys. So if you like this video, please share, subscribe, and share it across your colleagues who are learning for a SQL. So going forward, I am planning to upload an interview based questions for some period of time, and then I am planning back to come back to the concepts which are really required in the DBMS and in the data analyst field and in the data engineering field and also in the data science field. What are all the advanced concepts that are being used in a real time uh, projects, or what we can say the people I'll be able to connect with peoples also who are working in the data field, so that we will share our knowledge across between the data globe. Okay. Cool. Let me go. Yeah, so thank you guys once again. Please share and subscribe if you like this video. It will motivate me to create more quality content. Okay, thank you so much.